From Coach.
Exciting game. This is going to be a short opening statement. It's midnight, and we got a game at 7 tomorrow, so I'll take questions. But, I thought Oakland came out and played really aggressively, came out at the beginning of the game, and really played at a very high level. And it took us a while to get accustomed to the game itself and the pace of the game. And once we did, I thought we settled in pretty good and had a great second half defensively. And then had an 11-point lead with about 4 minutes to go, and certainly didn't make some right decisions, gave a lot of quick threes, and came down to the very end.
And if we can just do questions for the student athletes first, please.
Drew, just kind of tell us, what were you guys discussing in the last timeout before that final sequence, and is it pretty much exactly how you guys thought you guys wanted it to play out there?
Ended it pretty well, obviously, but last huddle we just wasn't anybody too high or too low. We just knew what we've done. We just knew we needed to execute a play, and Coach drew up the play and put the ball in JT's hands like he's done all year, and we just trusted JT. We always say make the right play and live with the result. And JT came off. I slipped the screen, and I heard him yelling switch, and I saw two go to JT, and JT made the right play like he has all year. And just hours of shots in the gym and just shots with coaches paid off on that one time. So it was kind of what we expected. We just put the ball in our playmaker's hands, and he made the right play.
A shot like that, was it out of your hand? You kind of feel it one way or another? At what point in the ball flight are you?
When I let it go, that's about when I knew when I was in. The other about 9 I shot didn't feel great, but that one just felt. If you could have paused it in time, I could have told you right then it was in.
Drew, obviously it's March Madness right now, and you're probably going to be on SportsCenter tonight. Can you talk about the feeling of hitting a shot like that?
Well, I wish it didn't come down to that shot. We kind of gave him a lead, but it's something everyone dreams about. Like you dream about hitting a shot, 3-2-1 down 2, hitting a shot on SportsCenter to go to the tournament or in the tournament, But I really wasn't thinking about that at the time. I was just thinking about just all the reps we put in. But my phone's blowing up right now, and I'm sure I might get some more later tonight on ESPN. But I'm just happy we're advancing tomorrow.
Jalen, I think a lot of people will obviously talk about the end of the game, but you guys were down 28-11, and really that spurt there that got you guys back in the game was led by you. You kind of put up a lot of quick points. What does that say about you and your team that getting down 17, you're able to just whittle away, get it tied by the half?
Just my teammates, honestly. I have to thank them the most just for, believing in me in that moment, just leaning on me. There are times where I get frustrated with myself, and they're like, we need you to do this. We like having the ball in your hands. So just thanking them for trusting me and believing in me, Coach too, and just realizing we got to stay the course. It's still early, a lot of time left to play in that game, and just realizing that we're built for this. It's March, and we came out with the win, thank goodness.
Jalen, Andrew, if you guys could both answer this for me. How do you take the emotion of tonight and quickly change over to a championship game to go to the NCAA tournament tomorrow?
It starts by leaving here as soon as possible. Go ahead.
Coach says that every game we play for, we prepare like a championship game. And in the Horizon League, specifically, you have quick turnarounds all the time. Being a travel partner league, we're on the road. We're playing 9 o'clock games at Oakland, turn around playing a Sunday at 1. So we're used to these quick turnarounds. But this one might be a little quicker, but just the reps we've done throughout the year, preparing every game like a championship game. So we're just going to go out there tomorrow and take the court like it's another game like we've prepared all year.
We obviously know it's at stake tomorrow, I don't think guys are too high or too low right now, obviously with the big shot, but we know what we have to do. We have to come in tomorrow, get the game plan from the coaches that we know they'll have ready for us, be up all night preparing, and just get some rest at night and get our minds right as soon as possible.
We'll just do one more question for them.
All right, so what was the mindset going in since you two were in potential foul trouble, and then also Vogt and Dantez were also in foul trouble? So what was that mindset with all that going on?
Just keep playing aggressive. Coach always says we play without fouling mostly when we're playing aggressive. So just staying up, sticking to our principles and our habits, stuff we do every single day, and just knowing that it'll win out in the end.
JT said it perfectly. It's exactly what I was going to say. Just keep playing aggressive. If we got it on our heels, that's when we tend to foul more. So we just want our style of play is aggressive, and Coach preaches style of play, and we want to play our style of play. So the more we're aggressive, the less we foul, and the more we get to our habits, and we wall up, we big step, we do stuff like that. So if we just play aggressively, then we tend not to foul.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
And we'll continue with questions for Coach.
So the past 2 games, it's kind of been of a late start for NKU. So what are you planning to do or get them in that mindset to not start so late when it comes to shots and those types of things?
You mean not play well at the beginning of the game?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. We need to figure out something. Maybe going to bed at 2 o'clock in the morning will help us tonight. Feel like we're ready to play. I think, first time in the tournament atmosphere. We treated Wednesday's game as like an extension of the regular season because it was a home game with the same amount of prep time as a normal home game. This is a tournament atmosphere now. So we were treating this more as a 4-team tournament. So I think just getting our feet on the ground here helped.
When you guys were in that last timeout, are you kind of treating it sometimes as a basketball axiom? They say, on the road, you go for a win. It's a little bit of a road type atmosphere. Were you trying to kind of set McDonald up for a 3, and did you feel like they might go to the ball?
Yeah, the play we
handler there?
ran at the end was something we have in, and we put our shooters in the corner, and we put our non-shooter along the baseline, and he had options. So we didn't say just go for the win. We said, put the ball in your playmaker's hands and let him make the right read. And Jalen did exactly that. So we slipped out of it like we told Drew to do. If 2 go with you, throw back. If not, get downhill. If somebody helps, kick it. Just make the right decision, and we'll live with the result. That's how we always play. And that particular play was just put the ball in the playmaker's hands and let them make the right decision.
And obviously, with the importance of Drew, you had, I think, 1 timeout left. You had a possession in like the 30-second range. Were you thinking about using it to get him back in the game, or do you always want to kind of keep it in your back pocket?
Yeah, it was. It was a situation we went back and forth on the bench to sub Drew out because Chris is an elite defender. So we subbed Drew out in order to get Chris in the game from an elite defender standpoint. Makes it a little more vulnerable in the backboard because Drew's such a good rebounder. And then you just hope for a dead ball to get him back in. But if not, I would have called the timeout. But we were able to get him back in because there was a foul. They called a foul, and Cumberland went to the line.
And just in general, is this in terms of down 28-11, getting back up 11, last-second shot, just for your career, is it one of the more wild games that you've been a part of?
Yeah, it was back and forth. I mean, we've all experienced as a coach, being down, having teams come back, and we've all experienced coming all the way back from games. So the amount of emotions that go back and forth, you don't live in those emotions as a coach. You just constantly think about the current situation and what your decision you're going to make next offensively and defensively, putting your guys in position. You really go through that emotion at the end of the game. Well, I don't have a lot of time for that now. We got a quick turnaround. So it's a great question. But yeah, there was a lot of back and forth. And when teams jump out to big leads like that and atmospheres like that, we did the same thing to Cleveland State last year and had a different result. So I felt like if we stayed the course, we'd come back.
Coach, you stare down now a barrel of playing Wright State for a 3rd time. You guys are the top 2 seeds, obviously very familiar with each other, and at least in my opinion, a battle of the 2 best bigs in the league.
Mm-hmm.
How do you try to game plan for that and come away with a win and go to the NCAA tournament?
Yeah, I think it's great. The co-champions in the league are playing each other for the regular season champions of the league. We both are co-champs, are playing for the tournament title. So it's what you want. It's good for the league. And I'll have to go back tonight and watch the last game we played against them to have an idea of what that is. There's certainly some game planning that'll go into it. But with this quick of a turnaround, you're dealing with 2 programs that are 55 miles apart and have a tremendous familiarity and respect for each other. So it'll play itself out on the court.
All right, we'll end with that. Thank you.
Thanks, guys.